Welcome back, everyone, and today we are here to talk about B-Way grosses. We have some very interesting stuff to talk about, so let's get into it. And Juliet went from 96% to 97%, and 1,144,208 to 1,079,231. So again, it's doing pretty well. A Beautiful Noise went from 52% to 58%, and 655k to 721k, which is an improvement. Still think it will close come January. Back to the Future went from 97% to 96%, and 1,322,000 to 1,258,463, which again, amazing numbers. Even though it is falling, it's still doing exceptional. We have Funny Girl, which went from 94% to 80%, and 1,884,645 to 1,216,459. Hadestown went from 900k to 673,448, and 101% to 98%, which is quite terrible. And again, it did so well because even though Blazada left, but like this was a decrease of like 227,000. That's very, very bad. And so I know I said yesterday or last week, hey, Hadestown might have a chance, but now I'm thinking, I don't know. I know they're bringing on that Betty Bop, whatever her name is, person, so maybe that will help with ticket sales. And I do notice that ticket sales are a lot higher come September, so hopefully it can turn it around, because at this moment, it is not looking good for Hadestown. Hamilton went from 101% to 100%, and 1,909,792 to 1,904,853. Here Lies Love went from 99% to 90%, and 950k to 777k, and that's not great at all for Here Lies Love. Again, if it can make it to the Tonys, anything's possible. Because where I'm standing, it costs so much money. I don't know how they're gonna make it to next June. But they might. I know that they have a very famous Filipino actor coming in September, so that might help. But I do think this is not going to be a $1 million club event for a long time. And if it doesn't win Best Musical, and I don't think it will, like maybe, but I think that there's some big contenders that haven't come yet. I see this closing very quickly after the Tonys. Kimberly Akimbo went from 81% to 79%, and 566k to 545k, which is not great. Again, I think this will close in January like a Strange Loop did. Very upsetting that it's doing worse than that did. But, you know, Tesori musicals never do well, so what can you do? We got Moulin Rouge, which went from 97% to 94%, making $1 million, although in the very low $1 million category. So softer numbers, but that's to be expected. And once November and December, all these holidays, it will do fine. You know, if it goes past $1 million, that's when we have to be concerned. Will it be here a year from now? Yes, unless it does terrible. Like, in order for Moulin Rouge to close, it would have to do extremely bad for like a year, and it's already recouped its investment, so I don't think we have to be too concerned about that yet. Once Upon One More Time is closing, as I predicted, going from 47% to 44%, and 512k to 442k. And now we have good old Shocked, and that went from 87% to 86%, and 717k to 674k, and that's not awesome. As I predicted, it's going down. I think it will close in January. I think it will close in January. I think anyone can agree on that. 6 went from 91% to 89%, and 861k to 827k. Something Like It Hot went from 812k to 760k, so that's not great. Going from 74% to 67%. So I do think it will also close. Sweeney Todd went from 98% to 79%, and 1,699,468 to 1,325,483. It had a big decrease because Groban was out with COVID. or he was out with an illness, and it goes to see that Sondheim musicals do not necessarily do financially well on Broadway. They never have. They're not viable commercial musicals. It's about a guy that murders people. And I do think that a lot of the people that have come to see this revival have never seen Sweeney Todd, have never heard of it, because, you know, when I saw it, people were gasping when Sweeney died or whatever. So I think Groban brings a completely new fan base that can pay the exorbitant ticket prices and support the audiences. So, will this fall when Groban leaves? I think it should close when Groban leaves, because I don't know if you're going to find a star of that caliber to come in. They don't plan on closing it in January, but I would advise them to do that, but they're not. So I think this will be like a Bette Midler, Hello Dolly thing, where it will probably close next year. So those are the grosses for this past week. Some good things, some bad things, some closings. So let me know what you think, like, sub, and comment, and I'll see you next week. Peace.